Hello students, this is Professor Somonshi and welcome to our channel Adsul Polytechnic. So students, in today's video, we are going to see what is meant by typecasting. So let's start the session. Now what is meant by typecasting? So students, suppose we want to convert a data of one type into another type. For that purpose, we require typecasting. So typecasting means it is the process of converting one data type into another. Means if we want to convert one data type into another. For example, if we want to convert integer into float, or if we want to convert float into character or float into integer, for that purpose we require data or typecasting. So for example, a float value can be converted into integer. Float value means the value which is written in decimal points. So that decimal point value, if you want to convert it into integer type, then we can use typecasting. So for that purpose, the syntax is type variable is equal to type in bracket, and after that we have to write variable 1. That means that whatever the variable we have to convert, we have to write it after the type in parenthesis. Means in bracket we have to write the type of variable, and which type of variable or in which type we have to convert, we have to mention it over here. So students, for example, suppose I have integer m is equal to 50. That means the value of variable m is 50 and its type is integer. And now I want to convert this integer data type variable m into some another type of variable, for example byte, or we can say float. So we will write byte n is equal to byte m. So here I have written m, so m is variable 1. I have written this variable m after the type in which I want to convert this variable. So that means I want to convert this variable into a type byte. So here I have mentioned byte in the bracket. After that, we will require to store the value of this variable m into some another variable. For that purpose, we have used another variable and its name is n. Again, for this variable n, I have written or I have used the data type as byte. So here I have written byte n is equal to byte m. That means that this m variable will be converted into byte type, and then the value of that converted value or that converted value is getting stored in another variable n, which is of type byte. So in this way, we have done typecasting. So now students, we can assign some smaller data type to larger one, as well as some larger data type values to smaller data type ones. So the process of assigning smaller variable to larger one means if a smaller variable type is converted into larger variable type without the loss of data, and in where the data is not getting lost, it is called as widening or promoting. That means that if we convert a variable of smaller data type into a variable of larger data type, then it is called as widening or promoting. In the similar way, the process of assigning larger type variable to smaller value means, suppose if we want to convert the larger data type variable into some smaller data type variable, for that purpose we will require typecasting, and the typecasting we are using is nothing but narrowing. It is called as narrowing. So when we convert small data type into large data type, then the data is not lost. But when we convert the larger type variable to the smaller one, then there is a case of loss of data. That means that there the loss of data can be possible. So students, in this way, we have seen typecasting. So typecasting is nothing but converting one data type into another data type. And at the same time, we have seen the syntax. The syntax is type variable is equal to type in parentheses and then variable 1. After that, we have seen the example. Here we have taken integer m is equal to 50, and we have to convert this integer value into some another data type, which is byte. So I have written byte n is equal to byte in parentheses, and after that I have written m. At the same time, process of assigning smaller value to larger one, without loss of data is called as promoting or widening, and the loss or the process of assigning larger type variable to smaller one is called as narrowing. So in this case, the loss of data is possible. So students, in this way, we have seen what is meant by typecasting. Thank you. Thanks.